Welcome
Cool.
everyone. Today it's a pleasure to have Jad Senhaji here, the co-founder of Closing Flow. Welcome, Chad.
Pleasure as well. Thank you, Antonis. It's a pleasure as well.
Great to have you here. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your background?
Yes, of course. So I was a closer for the past 2 years now. I've closed for multiple offers. I've done over $2 million in sales for those companies.
Yeah.
And then I decided to launch my own agency where I'll build sales team and I'll build a client acquisition funnels for coaches, client agencies, and consultant. So that way they can scale to 100K a month consistently. Yeah, that's pretty much what we do now. I started like the entrepreneur journey pretty soon, I can say. So at 16, I was starting to doing e-commerce, so drop shipping. I think that was the entry door to everyone in the entrepreneurial world. So yeah, I started in this niche. I didn't really like it because I put a ton of amount of hours in work to just get like 10% to 30% profit. I was like, damn, that's really low for how much effort I'm putting in. So then I directly knew about closing and I started doing closing. That was like 4 years ago. So I started learning about closing, and at the same time I was learning about real estate investment. So that's what helped me get my first property at 18, and I was doing the closing stuff for the cash flow, pretty much.
Yeah. I see. That's interesting. So what would you say has been the biggest game changer for your business in the past year?
The biggest game changer, I will say, just to be focused on one thing and solely one thing at a time. Personally, I think that was the real game changer, because what I was doing, I had the shining spoon syndrome. If you don't know about this, it's like whenever I see a new opportunity, I just jump in the new opportunity and I let the past one. So I was jumping from offers to opportunity. So I was doing e-commerce, then Instagram pages, then YouTube automation. I did a bunch of ones, but I never been focused to only one thing, except of closing. And when I was focused on closing, that's where that's where all my stuff started, right? That's where I accumulate all the experience, accumulate all the network. That's where I get my first clients as well, and all that. Why? Because I was only focused on closing, rather than when I was starting out. I was focused on e-commerce, IG pages, YouTube automation. I want to do everything at the once, and I was telling myself, oh, if one thing works, then I'm gonna drop everything and be focused on it. But that's not how it works, right?
Exactly. You know, when you say you focused on one thing, how long did it take you after you fully focused on that one thing? How long did it take you to work perfectly?
So let's say I've done like a 3 months training, because I've done a training intensively. I really wanted to be sure that I'm like really good at closing before jumping in an offer. There's some people that do it in a month. There's some people that do it in 2 months. I prefer like 3 months. And then I was searching for good offers. I landed in some offers. I've done quite like a little money, but where I made a lot of money, like consistently, not a lot, but like a good amount of money. A good amount of money as a closer is after like 6 months, I can say 6 to 8 months.
Okay. Yes, it sounds like a good time period after you focus certainly on one thing to scale something. It makes sense, to be honest. What is one mistake you made early on that you learned a valuable lesson from?
One mistake that I've made is trying to do everything in my company. Trying to do everything at once, not at once, but trying to do everything, every department at once in my company. That was one of my biggest mistakes. I think if you can partner up with someone that can be complementary to you, is the best thing that you can. Okay, so example, if you're good at sales, try to find someone or know someone that is really good in marketing and partner up to build a business. Why? Because that's where you're gonna be more focused on your stuff. He's gonna be focused more on his skills, and that way you're gonna crush everything. Why? Because like not all the charges gonna be on you. It's gonna be separated on both. and you're gonna scale really faster because you can't do everything, and I don't have the skills to do everything, right? I can do multi-hat, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
partner up with someone who's can be complementary to you. This is one thing. And second thing, delegate. Delegate. So if you're not good at marketing, don't try to do marketing. If you're not good at scripting, don't do scripting. If you're not good with content, delegate content. If you're not good at sales, delegate it. So whatever you're not good at, delegate it to someone who's better than you. But be sure that you can make them a lot of money as well.
yeah, yeah. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Is there a question you get asked most often about your business, particularly?
Is there a question? I get asked a lot of questions. Which one I'm gonna respond is how I manage my sales team. This one is more interesting for the most people.
Yeah.
Since a lot of people gonna want to hire their first setter, their first closer maybe,
Yeah.
if they're in the capacity
Exactly.
to. So how you manage it is firstly you give them the training that's necessary. So give them a way or a portal where they can have access to action plans and trainings of you. Okay, so they can have a better understanding on how your system works. Okay, so just don't just onboard setter and do weekly calls or daily calls. It's not enough. You need to have them to have some training prepared for them. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, have an action plan. So what are the steps they need to do to be able to finish their onboarding process? So that way they can finish it within 48 hours. That's one thing. That's the second thing. Third thing is for the first 30 days, be sure to do daily calls so you can see all their struggles, all their issues, so you can fix it right away. After the 30 days, then you can switch up how many calls you want to do and add some bonuses, add some challenges. One thing that thrive more people than money is competition, is challenges. So create some challenges from month to month or every 3 months within your team, okay? Friendly challenge, by the way, not like not like war or something like this, like real friendly challenges. So that way you can keep your team really motivated every time.
And self-accountable sometimes, you'd say?
Self-accountable, of course. That's why you're gonna do weekly or daily meetings with them.
100%. Is there a piece of advice you would give to your younger self before starting out as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, definitely. I will say just focus on one thing. Focus on one thing at a time, and don't be dumb with your money. Don't spend it on some dumb shit as you did. Be wise with it. Even if you make a good amount of money at a young age, don't be trying to show it. Stay low key. Just invest it, and just keep working until you're 25, 26, 27.
I see. A question that comes to mind now is, when you said previously delegate any tasks you are not good at, it makes complete sense. And when you start doing this and you reach a point you're making a few thousands per month, then what can you do differently to move from a few thousands to 6 figures per month, let's say?
Really good.
Is there something particular? Is this something small, you think, or something big?
Really good questions. Really good questions. And I'm gonna tell you, the main difference, even the team, or the way you're gonna get clients, or how you're gonna manage them. No, the way you're gonna go from few figures, so let's say from 20, 30, 40K a month to 100K a month, is putting system in place, putting operations.
Right.
Having some system, some organization within your company. So if you have, let's say, like a team of closer and team of setters, be sure that you have a way to hold them accountable. So make them make reports, okay, daily reports. If you're gonna have team, okay, so can you make a system in place so your setter can see on your Discord or whatever discussion channel you're using, they can see whenever a lead opt-in, so they can just contact them right away. Have system in place to have everything figured out, instead of you every single time having to be able to check up.
Yeah, I see. So the system is very crucial. Yeah.
Systemize, yeah.
I see.
Systemization is really key.
I see. So let's go into the bone section. So there I'll say a word or a phrase, and you must reply with first thought that comes to your mind. One word if possible. Make sense?
No problem. Yeah,
Brilliant. Let's have a look. First phrase, well, closing flow.
wasn't full. The future.
I love it. Entrepreneurship.
Personality, I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Investments.
Wealth.
Mm-hmm. Personal growth.
Personal growth. Key. It's key.
Mm-hmm. And content creation.
Future as well.
Future. What would you say? Obviously, I understand that your business and you see it in the future like a huge one of the leading companies in the industry, yeah. But what's the USP, let's say, for Closing Flow to be one of the leading ones, you think?
Well, it's pretty simple because I have a good experience in the industry, so I know a lot of mistakes that like coaches agencies were doing since I was a
All right.
closer and I was seeing everything. So I know what type of mistake that most people do, and I know how to hold them accountable properly so they don't do it as well. Because there's a
Okay.
big chance they're gonna still do it.
Yeah.
And when you have experience, when you've done it 1, 2, 3 times, well, you start to understand the pattern. So once you understand the pattern, I think you just double down on it, and you keep scaling pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I like that. You know, in entrepreneurship, you said personality.
Yeah,
Do you want to elaborate on that? Why
of
personality?
course. Why personality? Because the best brains are entrepreneurship people, right? So most genius people, yeah, they are doing some IT engineering or they have like really good posts, you see, but they are
Yeah.
just following a path that already have been giving to them, right?
Yeah.
But as an entrepreneurship, if you're a genius and you're in the entrepreneurship world, well, that's because you have some personality, because you have a creative mind. You know you can create something bigger, something better, and that's why you've done entrepreneurship.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. You know, in personal growth, you said key, right?
Yeah.
So is it actually the key to achieve anything? How would you describe the key?
It's the key to achieve whatever you want in life, because if you stop growing, you're gonna start dying in a way.
Yeah.
Not really. You're not gonna start really dying. What I mean by this is dying in a way where your business gonna be starting to go down, or whatever you're gonna start you were doing will start to not be as efficient as it was. Because why? Because you stop growing yourself. So the day you stop learning more, or the day you stop growing yourself and having more knowledge, is the day you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Right.
I see. It makes complete sense. You know, in investments, you mentioned wealth.
For me, investment it's not just real estate, it's also within you. So you invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, you get more knowledge, you get more capacity, you understand new things. So those new things you can implement it to your business. So that's an investment within yourself and within your business in a way. But yeah, there's real estate. You can invest in companies.
Correct.
You can invest on some traditional thing, crypto as well if you want. But why I said wealth is because when you start investing in yourself, in real estate, in some companies and all that stuff, it's where you're gonna stack your money that you've made. You can be rich with online business, but being wealthy with online business, it's really complicated. So invest it properly so you can become wealthy and not just rich.
Yeah, that's the key, honestly. So is there any last words from Jad Senhaji before we close the pod?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, all young people that are watching this, just be focused on one thing and one thing at a time. Don't be scared to jump, to make the big jump. And whenever you focus one thing, stick to it until you die. And that's how you're gonna succeed. So don't be because I had the same issues. I was seeing a lot of ads, I was seeing a lot of opportunity. Someone is telling, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Try my strategy. But the reality, all those people, all they want to do is sell you their offer, right?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
find an offer that works with you, that you like the business models, watch some videos, and then once you choose one, be focused at it for the rest of your life. And that's how you're gonna become rich and wealthy.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chad, for being here,
Thank you,
spreading the
Antonis.
knowledge.
Thank
And
you.
that was Jad Senhaji, ladies and gentlemen.